welcome to yet another episode of TweetUp with the celebrities. From being impeccably professional to a sweetheart husband. In this segment, catch Vivek sharing his cute love story with Enlighten India. So, talking about stories, your current project, Kavach. Before, when you were offered the serial, Kavach is something that revolves around black magic and supernatural. So, weren't you scared before accepting this offer? Considering that, okay, it's a very challenging role, a very challenging project. So, how did you train yourself?
No, I was not. I was not in two minds at all.
Okay.
When it came to me, I just took it straight away. Firstly, I feel that I'm too new to be able to say no to a project.
Right.
For me right now, I need to gain experience, and a supernatural genre is not explored as much as your regular. You get your funny or comedy films, your action, your romantic, rom-com, thriller, all sorts. Supernatural, not so much.
Right.
So I felt that this is a perfect opportunity. Yeah, it has come to me very early on in my career, but then I can benefit. I would already have that, in my profile that I've already done something like that. Secondly, it was backed by a very big production house. The label was so big, so I knew that I possibly can't go wrong.
Yes.
With a little bit of hard work and dedication, I should be able to pull this off. So yeah, and then it was the channel, a prime time show. So it was like a business. So I looked at it as a business deal, and I felt that I feel that an artist should look at projects artistically. I believe that, I understand that, but because I've come from a corporate background, I need to see the business side of it also. So I've always been a little calculative, not too much, but little. So
The business is always, it runs in your veins.
It does now. I can't get rid of it.
Yes, and talking about roles and characters, so you've played 3 major roles, from Rajveer and Veera to ACP Abhishek in Ye Hai Mohabbatein to now Rajveer and Kavach. So out of these 3 roles, which is the character that's closest to your heart?
The first one,
Okay.
Rajveer, when I played the negative. One is because it was my debut, and I think I worked the hardest on that one because it was like I had to prove myself.
Yes.
I had to make my space.
This is a stepping stone.
Exactly. I had to make my presence felt
Yes.
for the first time. So I think I worked hard on that one. ACP Abhishek, I like because of its positivity, that he's a nice, simple, cool dude, cool looking ACP who wears leather jacket, shades, and who also talks in English at times.
Yes.
So all of that was there. He was a cool guy. But then there's another aspect to it, is because I've got different memories with YHM now, because
Yes.
it changed my life
Coming
completely.
to that.
It transformed my life completely. So so I have that different space for YHM. And then this one, Kavach, again it has a different space in my heart because it's my first lead show, and now it's become all the more special because I've done so much in this show. I started off with a positive, and it's quite funny that Mona was the one supposed to be possessed. She was initially, and then the initial plot was that she gets possessed, and then how I help her to come out of that, But then when I used to watch Mona performing and with being possessed and all of that, I used to just think in my head, and I believe in the law of attraction, so I think I attracted.
She's an exemplary actor herself.
Of course, she is fantastic, and because I secretly attracted it, like subconscious mind, that I'd want to do something like this, and how the story turned, and I never really expressed this to anyone that I'd want to get possessed, not to my writers, not to my producer ever. It was just in the back burner, and it just happened that Jolly was introduced, and then I get possessed by Jolly, and then I had all these negative sequences, Psycho, and all of that. So now this show has given me versatility.
Yeah.
I've become the most dynamic. You know, I've done romance, I've done a little bit of, there's not too much comedy, but a little bit of comedy, and but otherwise, you know, it's been very thrilling, very challenging, and I've learned a lot of things on this show.
So coming to the fact that YHM, Ye Hai Mohabbatein, occupies a very precious space in your heart, it's because you met your wife, you know, in the serial Divyanka Tripathi. So how did this love bloom? How did both of you all fall for each other?
We did not fall for each other to begin with. I think we've been telling people, because there has been a misconception somewhere that it was a love story. It's not a love story. We eventually fell in love, but we were introduced by someone, somebody who I used to share my room with, Pankaj Bhatia. He's a co-actor in YHM. During the show. So he was a very close friend to Divyanka for many years now, 7-8 years. And Divyanka's mom had asked him, because he's a sensible, mature guy, married and everything, well settled and everything. So she probably had some faith in him, saying that, you know, you find her a boy, you know. So I leave this responsibility. You know how mothers usually do, just delegate that, okay, it's your responsibility to do. I'm like, oh, okay. So that's what happened with him. And he was on the lookout. So it just so happened coincidentally that I shared the room with him and we became friends, and then he started noticing, and apparently much later he told me that he did that character analysis, and then he did referencing. He called my Veera people to find out how is this guy is, you know, all of that he did. Thorough research he did. Full R&D he did before he then proposed the idea to me and Divyanka separately, that what about you guys being together. And first reaction to both our first reaction was, are you mad? Are you like, why would you just randomly hook us up? Because we'd not seen each other in that space, in that light ever. I barely had even shot with her, you know, there were no scenes together. So I didn't even know what she was. I knew that she's a well-respected woman and very hard-working. That's all I knew about her. But I've always been an advocate of love marriage, and you know that you should take your time, go easy, and not be hasty with these life-changing decisions. So he says no, and then, you know, he started influencing. He started saying things that started. I was like, okay, maybe, you know, I have a different perspective, but that doesn't mean that this guy is wrong. Let me just hear him out. And then I started analyzing every day what he used to say, and it started making sense. I said, okay, I was being a little immature about certain things, and he's talking with maturity, so let me at least go and meet her. So she also had certain reservations that because she had a failed relationship with an actor and she didn't want to pursue another actor, you know, as a partner. So she also had reservations. But then eventually, you know, how we turned around, and then we decided to meet. And when we met the first time, I remember she was wearing a red kurta and a white salwar, and she got there early. I was about 5 minutes late, and the moment I entered the room and the way she looked at me, I think 50% I was gone. I was flat.
It was like half love at first sight.
I did not even talk to her. Just the way she looked at me, and I felt, oh my God, she's like a wife looking at her husband. You know, she did not. She did not look at me flirtatiously or that, oh yeah, you know, let's get together and let's. There was nothing. There was just. I think it was the simplicity in her eyes and the simplicity and purity in her smile. Commitment. Somebody who is just a very sincere person, honest person. That's it. Pure, organic. You know that this smile cannot be coming from a fake person or
no masks.
No mask, no facade.
Exactly. Yeah. So then I sat down and we started talking, and the rest, I would say, another 40% I was gone there also. So I said, my God, what is happening?
90% now.
90% already there on the first meeting. But I did not show it to her. I got home and I said, calm down, relax. Don't go against what you've always believed, you know. So let's see how it goes. So then I kept my nerves to myself. I did not even share it with Pankaj, with family or with anyone. Then much later I started talking to my family and I said, so and so. Like, but why would she bother with you? You are still very fresh in your career and she's already miles ahead and all of that. I said that's what you need to ask her if she's interested. I know that I like her, and I have taken it's. I've come into this line at a considerably later stage, relatively, compared to all the others, all my peers. But I don't know. There's something within me that's telling me that I'll be okay. I'll manage somehow.
So it started off more like an arranged love marriage.
Yeah. So then my parents came down and they met her, and then they grilled her. As in, my father is he's a lawyer, so
yes,
he had his own way.
He's
a lawyer, and so he had to make sure that none of it, like from both sides, there were no hidden agendas. Okay, so he cleared the air from his side, from our family side. He was like the official spokesperson from my side, and he told her that, look, listen, we are not here talking to you because of any agendas. There's nothing hidden. Whatever is there, we want full transparency coming from your side. We want a bahu, we don't want a star.
Right. True.
Okay, so none of this matters. What you're doing professionally, it's amazing. It's great, and we are proud to be sitting right here. But that does not affect our decision in
In the relationship.
Yeah. So none of that counts. So I'm telling you today, and I'm gonna tell you, if you ever start behaving like a star in the family, or if we started treating you, so it's both way.
Right.
It won't. We want a daughter. That's it.
Wow.
That's
So he was very clear.
something admirable.
Yeah. So he was very clear, and then similar. So they spoke for 3 hours. I was asked to leave the room, so I was trying to hear in from the door outside, but I couldn't. So eventually, 3 hours later, they came out with a smiling face, and my dad had said that, "Humne congratulations, we booked her for you."
Yes. I can actually feel that you're reliving the moment.
Yeah.
Back then, it's actually visible in your eyes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like the goosebumps moment right now. Okay, so
So yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, Miss Divyanka ji, we are missing you.
yes.
Yeah, we're missing her.
Oh, and besides, it's also known that you are really possessive about cleanliness and hygiene. So does Divyanka also share the same obsession?
She does. Yeah. The thing is that okay. I've had considerably more time when I was doing Veera. I was not a lead. When I was doing ACP, YHM, I was not a lead. So I still used to get some time off. Problem with her is she never gets an off. She's working 31 days a month.
Oh.
31 days, yeah. So she
month.
exactly. So she has not had a. So if she needs a holiday, before me, all the holidays that were allotted to her, like those compulsory 4 days or 5 days you can take. So she used to work outside during those 4-5 days. Now I've made it a point that she needs to relax. She needs to calm down. 2-3 days, 4 days, we need to keep for ourselves. So then I can see that she in that space she'd always be cleaning, or I'm like, relax. Even then I don't want her to clean because I want her to rest.
Rest.
Very nice.
And she never gets an off. So it's been easier now. Lately, even I haven't been able to. So once you're working like choco block, then. But yeah, we both share the same thing.
हाय इतनी हार्ट वार्मिंग स्टोरी वी प्रे कि इस जोड़ी को किसी की नजर ना लगे. इतना ही नहीं, dear fans, there's more to this charming and eccentric actor. Find out what in our next segment, the rapid fire round. Till then, Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Enlighten India. Like our Facebook page at Enlighten India Magazine and follow us on Twitter at Enlighten_India and Instagram at Enlighten_India_Magazine.